Do not spend these coins. These Monticello Jefferson nickels look completely normal, but they are worth serious money. Hidden wealth is sitting in pocket change right now. In this video, EagleCoins reveals 3 ultra-rare Jefferson nickels from 1939, 1952, and 1961 that collectors are fighting over in real auctions. These old coins equal big treasure. Some tiny detail makes these rare, and people are accidentally spending silent fortunes every single day. Check your pocket now. Rare US coins alert. This is not fiction. These coins change everything. I'm talking about hidden treasure coins, silent fortune found in plain sight, the kind of dirty old coins people are accidentally spending every single day. Do not spend these coins. Rare coins equal big money, and some tiny detail makes these rare. Nobody talks about these. Secret collectors want them. These old coins is a treasure, and you could be holding a fortune without even knowing it. This is a rare US coins alert. Check your pocket now, because tonight I'm revealing the top 3 most valuable ultra-rare Monticello Jefferson nickels, and each one gets bigger, rarer, and more shocking. Stay till the end. These coins change everything. First coin number 1. Now let's talk about the first silent fortune hiding in plain sight. The 1961 with D. Monticello Jefferson nickel. 5 cents. That's what people think it is. 5 cents. And that's exactly why this coin is so dangerous to ignore. 1961 was a year of tension in America. The Cold War was heating up. The economy was shifting. Confidence was uncertain. Production pressure inside the Denver Mint was intense. Coins were being struck fast, hard, and in massive numbers to keep commerce moving. And in that rush, certain pieces came out different, slightly different, subtly different. The kind of different only serious collectors obsess over. At first glance, this nickel looks ordinary. On the front, you see Thomas Jefferson's calm profile, designed by Felix Schlag, staring forward like he's guarding a secret. On the back, Monticello stands proud, bold, symmetrical. But look closer, that 1961 date. And beneath the year, the D Mint mark. That small letter is everything. That tiny detail changes everything. Most 1961 with D nickels are common. Most are worn down, scratched, spent through decades of vending machines and gas stations. But a very fine condition example with silver shine and those mysterious black dots, that's where the story shifts. That's where collectors lean forward. That's where auction rooms go quiet. This coin was struck in a copper-nickel blend, 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that solid, heavy presence in your hand. It weighs exactly 5 grams, about 21.2 millimeters across, roughly 1.95 millimeters thick. Small, compact, but dense. It has that cold, metallic feel when you hold it. That tight, solid edge. No silver content officially. Yet some pieces show an unusual silver-like glow, a shine that shouldn't look that way after decades. That's what makes people look twice. And those black dots? Most people think damage. Most people think dirt. That's the mistake. Under magnification, those dark specks can be natural toning reactions from decades of storage, sometimes linked to plancher surface anomalies during minting. Collectors don't run from that. They study it, because originality is everything. Listen carefully. Never clean this coin. Never polish it. The moment you wipe it, you destroy history. You destroy value. Original toning matters. Those surfaces, even with dark spots, tell a story. A cleaned coin becomes a dead coin in the eyes of serious buyers. Why is survival rare if millions were made? Because very fine condition examples with strong detail, untouched surfaces, and sharp Monticello steps are not common anymore. Most were beaten up in circulation. Corners flattened. Steps erased. Luster gone. Finding one that still has presence, still has sharp lettering, still holds that silver glow with natural dark contrast, that's not easy. Collectors obsess over the steps of Monticello. They count them. They examine the strike pressure. Was the die fresh? Was the detail crisp? Denver minting in 1961 sometimes struggled with fully struck steps due to high-speed production. So when one shows stronger definition, that's when quiet wealth appears. This is not fiction. I've seen auction rooms go silent over coins like this. Bidding doesn't always start loud. It starts controlled, calculated, then suddenly it jumps. Because the serious buyers know what they're looking at. They know supply is shrinking. They know strong original examples are being locked away in collections, not released back into the market. And today, a 1961 with D. Monticello, Jefferson nickel in very fine condition with silver shine, and those distinctive black surface markers has reached market values around $140,000. Let that sink in. 5 cents turning into life-changing wealth. Hidden wealth. Serious money sitting in something people toss into tip jars. Do not spend this coin. If you find one, check the date carefully. Check the mint mark. Look at the steps on Monticello. Look for strong detail in Jefferson's hair. Look for original surfaces. And before you do anything, get it professionally graded. Professional grading is critical. Authentication separates a normal nickel from a silent fortune. Patience is golden in this game. Some collectors hold for years, waiting for the right auction moment. Demand rises quietly. Supply shrinks quietly. That's how quiet wealth builds. That's how hidden treasure becomes headline shock. And here's the scary part. Most people will never notice. They'll see black dots and think damage. They'll see an old nickel and think nothing. They'll spend it on snacks. That's how fortunes disappear. Stay till the end of this series, because what comes next is even bigger. The next coin is rarer, more explosive, and even more dangerous to ignore. If this nickel shocked you, the next one will make you question every coin you've ever spent. Do not go anywhere. The next silent fortune is waiting. Next coin number 2. Now listen to me very carefully, because this one is even more dangerous to ignore. The 1952 Monticello Jefferson nickel with no mint mark. Extra fine condition. Looks ordinary. Feels ordinary. 5 cents. But this coin is a hidden big treasure, and people are accidentally losing it every single day. This is not hype. This is not fiction. This is a silent fortune hiding in plain sight. 1952 was a year of economic pressure in America. The Korean War was draining resources. Metal demand was intense. The country was shifting from wartime strain into industrial growth. The Philadelphia Mint was pushing production hard. Coins were being struck fast to keep the economy moving. And when mints are under pressure, small variations slip through. Small details change everything. And this one? It has no mint mark. That tiny missing detail is massive. On Jefferson nickels, no mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. And while millions were made, extra fine survivors with strong detail, original surfaces, and untouched character are becoming extremely difficult to find. Most were heavily circulated. Most were worn flat. Most lost their sharpness decades ago in grocery stores, bus stations, and vending machines. But an extra fine 1,952 without mint mark, that's where collectors start paying attention. Look at the front. Thomas Jefferson's profile, designed by Felix Schlag, sharp and confident. In extra fine condition, you can still see strong hair detail above the ear. The cheek isn't completely flat. The lettering "In God We Trust" is bold and clear. The date 1952 stands strong, not fading into the surface. Flip it over. Monticello. That iconic building sitting centered like a vault of history. In extra fine condition, the columns still show separation. The steps are visible, not completely worn smooth. And collectors obsess over those steps. They lean in with magnification. They count lines. They check strike quality. Because that detail separates pocket change from serious money. This coin weighs 5 grams, about 21.2 millimeters wide, roughly 1.95 millimeters thick. When you hold it, it feels tight, balanced, dense. That copper-nickel blend, 75% copper and 25% nickel, gives it that slightly warm tone beneath a silvery surface. After decades, original pieces develop a soft, antique glow. Not shiny like chrome, not dull like junk, but a natural aged skin that collectors crave. And here's where people make a fatal mistake. They see an old nickel and they clean it. Never clean this coin. The moment you polish it, you destroy its original toning. You remove the microscopic surface that proves authenticity. Cleaned coins lose trust. And when trust is gone, value collapses. Original surfaces matter more than shine. Dirty coins. Sometimes that dirty look is actually untouched history. That's where the hidden wealth lives. Why is this coin rare and extra fine? Because survival is brutal. Think about how long 1,952 was ago. 70+ years of circulation. Most nickels from that era were used hard. They were not saved in plastic holders. They were not protected. They were spent. Dropped. Scratched. Flattened. Finding one that still carries strong detail without heavy damage is becoming harder every year. Collectors know this. That's why demand is rising quietly. Supply is shrinking silently. And the serious buyers, they don't talk loudly. They watch auctions carefully. Bidding starts calm. Then it jumps. Because when the right 1,952 with no mint mark in extra fine condition appears, collectors compete aggressively. Some are building full-date sets. Some want high-grade survivors. Some simply know this coin is undervalued history. And today's market value, around $165,000. Let that hit you. 5 cents. Turning into life-changing wealth. Quiet wealth. A silent fortune sitting in something most people wouldn't even bend down to pick up. Do not spend this coin. If you find a 1,952 nickel, first check for a mint mark. If there is no mint mark, that means Philadelphia. Then check the condition. Look at Jefferson's hair detail. Look at the sharpness of the lettering. Look at Monticello's steps. Check for original toning. Avoid scratches. Avoid harsh cleaning marks. If it looks strong, untouched, naturally aged, you may be holding hidden treasure. Professional grading is critical. Do not guess. Do not assume. Authentication separates a common nickel from serious money. One small grading difference can change everything. And here's the scary part. People are still spending these. They're sitting in jars, in drawers, in old family coin tins, being traded for coffee, being lost in couch cushions. Every single day, silent fortunes disappear back into circulation. Stay alert, because what comes next is even more shocking. The third coin in this list is rarer, harder to find, and even more explosive in value. If you thought this 1,952 nickel was dangerous to ignore, the next one will make you question every single nickel you've ever touched. Do not go anywhere. The biggest hidden treasure is coming. Next coin, number 3. This is it. This is the one people overlook the most, and it might be the most dangerous coin to ignore in your entire pocket. The 1939 Monticello Jefferson nickel. No mint mark. Beautiful look. Fine condition. And almost nobody realizes what they're holding when they see it. 1939. Think about that year. America was climbing out of the Great Depression. Europe was sliding into World War II. Fear, uncertainty, economic tension. The country was shifting. The Philadelphia Mint was striking coins during one of the most fragile financial periods in modern history. Every coin carried the weight of a nation rebuilding itself. And right there, quietly sitting in that year, is this hidden treasure. No mint mark means it was struck in Philadelphia. That tiny absence is powerful. Collectors immediately check for it. Because 1939 was an early year for the Jefferson nickel series. The design had just debuted in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Everything was still new. Dies were fresh. Adjustments were happening. Subtle strike differences were appearing. On the front, you see Thomas Jefferson's left-facing portrait, calm but strong. Designed by Felix Schlag, his image marked a new era in American coinage. In fine condition, the hair detail is softened but still visible. The jawline is present. The date 1939 is clear and readable, not fading into the metal. In God We Trust still stands proud. Flip it over, and Monticello rises in the center. That building is more than architecture. It's precision. It's symmetry. In fine condition, the columns are worn but distinct. The windows are visible. The foundation lines still show separation. And those steps? Collectors stare at them under magnification. Because step definition changes value dramatically. This detail changes everything. This coin weighs 5 grams. Small, tight, solid in your hand. Around 21.2 millimeters across. Roughly 1.95 millimeters thick. That copper-nickel blend, 75% copper and 25% nickel, gives it strength and a slightly warm undertone beneath its silver-gray surface. After more than 8 decades, a naturally aged 1939 nickel develops a soft, antique look. Not flashy, not mirror-like, but honest, original, untouched. And that originality is where the silent fortune hides. Why is survival rare? Because in 1939, nobody thought to save nickels. They were used heavily through the 1940s war years. Passed through hands during rationing, spent during economic stress, thrown into drawers, lost in toolboxes. Most examples today are heavily worn, scratched, cleaned, damaged. And cleaning is the fastest way to destroy this coin. Never clean this coin. Never polish it. Never try to improve it. That natural toning, even if it looks dark or uneven, is proof of authenticity. Once you strip it away, collectors walk away. Original surfaces matter more than shine. Dirty coins. Sometimes that so-called dirt is quiet wealth. What makes 1939 especially interesting is that early-year Jefferson nickels often had strike inconsistencies. Beware. Alignment variations. Small detail shifts. Collectors obsess over tiny differences in lettering sharpness, Monticello's lines, and surface texture. The absence of a mint mark combined with strong surviving detail in fine condition creates a powerful combination. And here's where it gets intense. Collectors building early-date Jefferson sets fight quietly over strong 1939 with no mint mark examples. The bidding doesn't always explode at first. It starts careful, controlled. But when two serious buyers recognize original surfaces and strong detail, the numbers jump. Because supply is shrinking. Many are locked away in private collections. Many are graded and never return to the open market. And today, this 1939 Monticello Jefferson nickel in beautiful fine condition has reached market values around $177,000. 5 cents. Turning into serious money. Hidden wealth. A silent fortune that most people would drop into a vending machine without thinking twice. Do not spend this coin. If you find a 1939 nickel, check immediately for a mint mark. If there is none, you may have Philadelphia. Then study the condition. Look at Jefferson's hair. Look at the clarity of the date. Examine Monticello's structure. Look for natural toning. Avoid pieces with obvious cleaning scratches or unnatural shine. And before you assume anything, get professional grading. Professional grading is critical. Authentication is everything in this level of value. Patience is golden. Some collectors wait years to find the right example. Demand keeps rising. Supply keeps shrinking. That's how quiet wealth becomes life-changing opportunity. And here's the uncomfortable truth. People are still accidentally losing these. They're sitting in old jars, in inherited coin boxes, mixed into pocket change, being spent on small purchases. Every single day, someone trades away what could have been a hidden big treasure. This is not fiction. This is real auction shock. This is rare US coins alert. These old coins equal big treasure. And if you've been watching this entire video, you now understand something most people don't. There is hidden wealth in plain sight. Before you leave, I want you to do one thing. Check your pocket. Check your drawer. Check that old jar of coins. Because these Monticello Jefferson nickels are not just metal. They are silent fortunes. They are serious money. They are life-changing opportunities hiding in everyday change. And if this shocked you, just wait. Because there are even rarer coins out there. Coins nobody talks about. Coins collectors are fighting over right now. Coins that could change everything for someone who simply pays attention. Make sure you're ready for the next rare coins alert. Because the next hidden treasure might already be in your hand.